That was bootleggy.
All right, let's see here. Welcome everybody to That's Novel this evening. I can't tell if the show is starting. Oh yes, there it is. Sorry for the delay. We trying to make sure everybody is here. So thank you for joining us tonight. This is a special edition of That's Novel. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 authors of that participated in the A Love for Romance anthology that released on Monday. And so we're going to do a special episode on this book. So thank you for joining us tonight. The live chat box, if you're on your computer, is on the right-hand side of the screen. So you can type any questions in there that you have for any of the authors, and I'll keep checking that periodically to see if I've missed anything. If you have any comments, if you've read any of the stories, we would love to hear from you. If the story is new to you and you haven't heard of it or haven't gotten it yet, the buy links for the book are in the episode information, and information about the authors is also linked as well. So without further ado, hi Megan, how are you? So we will start, and let's see, we'll just go down the line and have everybody introduce themselves. And if she hasn't started reading yet, well, let's see if tonight's episode will help with that. All right, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make my little video box smaller here so I can see the chat room too. Woohoo! Oh, Debra Presley is in the chat room. Alrighty, let's see. Kaylin, I guess we'll start with you. We'll just start with the order that y'all are listed here in the little blurb. So if you would like to introduce.
Hi.
Say hello.
I'm Kaylin.
Debra.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Elizabeth.
Hello.
Who also shows up as Lori. Ashlee.
Hi.
Taylor. This is Ashlee Taylor. We have two Ashlees. That's spelled the same in the book. This is Ashlee Taylor. And then Elison.
Hi.
Elison, are you on as me in the thing? Is somebody typing? Somebody's typing for me. Who's typing for me? Oh, maybe that was me. Okay, anyway. So many people can be me. It's like, who's talking with me?
I think I'm you.
I'm like, wait a minute. Who's
That's not me.
I had to switch. That was me.
Oh, okay. It's so many people have access to my account here. It's like, who's on first? What's on second? Anyway, I don't know who's on third for sure. Okay, so in the anthology right now, currently for the next couple of days, it's 99 cents. So if you haven't picked it up, now's a good time to get it. Otherwise, it will be going up in price to I can't even talk. $2.99 in a couple of days. So before I leave for RT, I will up the price. I'm leaving on Monday, so I'll probably up the price on Sunday. Depends on when I can spend a lot of time on my computer to do so. Anyway, so the very first story in the book that you will come to is a preview of the book, the novel that Kaylin is currently writing, is a lot of these authors here are they write multiple stories at a time. A lot of them do, which I can't keep my head straight half the time about what I'm doing, much less which characters are talking to me if I were to write. But so her story is called Trading Yesterday. And so do you want to talk a little bit about the preview that's in the...
Well, I can. I don't want to give away too much, but basically it's about a professional soccer player who chooses to take a job in another country, and he leaves behind his girlfriend, and then has some catastrophic consequences of that. And years later, she texts him and says, "I need you," and he's torn whether he should go. That's what he wants to do. His heart wants to go immediately, but his head says he shouldn't go because she broke his heart. And so the first chapter is just basically the intro of that and the decision he makes about that. And it tells kind of the backstory of what happened between since he left and since she broke his heart and now. I guess it's hard to... I'm terrible at synopsis, you know that.
Spoilers and all.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yes, it's a good little piece. It gives you enough. I read Kahlen's and Debra's both, and they're the first two stories in the anthology, and both of these two, of course, there's more to come. So you're like, hello.
Well, I try to, and it's angsty, and it's, you know, it's, most of my books are, I would say, sexy, angsty books. So basically, this will have this more of that, you know, more of that same kind of need your Kleenex kind of thing, kind of moments.
Yes, I could gather that from the story. It's like you really are going to have to prepare yourself emotionally. This is a type of story that Elison likes to read. She loves story. Which, for those of you that don't know, Elison also, well, sometimes she reviews for Stephanie's book reports. It's kind of hard these days because I would rather her write than for her to review. But anytime I find a book like that, I'm like, here, this is a book for you. You read. You read. So definitely those are hers. She even writes those kind of books herself. So lots of issues for her stories. Anyway, Debra, you wanted to talk about Debra's is the suspense. It will eventually be a romance, but
Is it? You want me to explain?
Yeah.
Okay. My story is called The Break, and it is the first part in a 3-part serial. And it's about a girl who marries young, and she discovers she's married the wrong type of man. And soon after, like, the honeymoon phase is over, he becomes abusive. And she decides one day that enough's enough, and she wants to make a break from him. And it's the first. It's hard to explain without giving anything away. So basically, you run through how she hopefully leaves him, maybe. But there's definitely some suspense in it. I think it's just full suspense. The whole first part. There's not much lovey-dovey romance in it yet. But there will be.
yeah.
Would you agree?
More to come. Yes, it's one of those where you're like, oh, I am ready to read the rest of this again.
Yeah.
You still have to follow through with these people, which is good because you all have more to come from these characters. So it's definitely a plus. So let's see, who's next? Elizabeth. This is an oddball story. I'll have to say, because
It's not like anything I write.
no, it's sweet. What's wrong with you? Right, sweet. She's always killing people.
It was, I don't know. You must have caught me on a good day
something. I don't know. I must have been in a really good mood. I must have been loving everyone that day because I didn't kill anyone. And it kind of made me want to puke because it's cute and sweet and
sugary.
I almost don't even want to put my name on it. I want to be like, somebody else wrote this.
It wasn't me.
Too late.
I didn't do
right?
it.
Exactly. It's it's already been printed in black and white.
It's in there. My name's on. I can't say it wasn't me anymore.
Right? Exactly. Let me see. Oh, that's Freya's. Let me see if I can find it. It is in black and white. Here's Wendy's. How far back are you in this thing? Let's see here.
Probably be last.
What page is you on?
You're not the last.
No, that's Ashlee Sinn is the last. One of the things I love about the print book is each of these. Well, even in the ebook, it has. Oh, here it is. Even in the ebook, they all have the individual title pages, so you can see all these little things. So see, it's here in black and white. Put your name on it. Can't get away from it now.
Well, everyone's gonna read that and they're like, "Oh, her stories are so sweet. I'm gonna go pick up one of her other books," and they'll be like, "This can't be the same person."
Right, exactly.
I'm in the first pages, and we have a threesome and girl on girl, and then this person's talking about killing someone. This cannot be the same person that wrote this super sweet, cute little.
Did you put a warning at the end?
I know. Maybe that's what you need to do when you get it back.
Just warning at the end.
They tragically died in a car accident.
This is a freak accident. I did not mean to write this thing.
No,
Don't judge me.
Novella is going to finish it off, and I'm going to give them a little.
That's what she always wants to do. She always wants to kill people off when they don't need to be killed off.
Well, I like to kill people. It's fun.
Real life without getting into major trouble.
It is fun to write like evil characters. Like with
I'm rubbing off on Debra.
You really are. With this one, that the husband is really evil. Like he's evil, and all the things I have planned for the next few books there. Like,
it's our Walking Dead group. I'm convinced that Lori has rubbed off on
the zombies are rubbing off on y'all.
No, because she's always talking about who she wants to die and who should die and
this person should die. That person should
be killed.
Ashlee Taylor, would you like to talk about your Lindy story?
Yeah, but you should also say that I've never written anything like that before.
Well, it is young adult, and something Lauren can actually read.
It has no bad things in it. It may have a bad cuss word or two in it, but it doesn't have anything bad in it. But pretty much, I would say Falling for Lindy is the story of high school. And since I'm practically living high school through my children, my daughter especially graduating high school, and luckily,
in a month.
Yeah. In a month. Luckily, I don't have any situation like this, but pretty much it's the typical bad boy meets a girl who he likes, and his reputation isn't very good. And they get to know one another, and she questions whether she would be enough for him during certain situations that she encounters with other people throughout the school. So it's a lot. He goes through a lot to prove to her that he could be different than what everyone perceived him to be. It's a nice little love story, you know.
Sounds good.
Teenage love. Clueless teenagers, you know. What was that? Oh, clueless love. That's the best review. My 3-star review. All clueless love.
Yeah, well, you got to have that at some point in your life.
Well, mine was what? Meh.
Blah.
Blah.
Blah. Blah.
Yeah, Meg says, we all love those bad boys. She also said that the cover was pretty. Yay.
Yay.
And then let's see, Elison.
Okay, mine is called Burning the Midnight Oil, and it's like the first 5, I think, chapters of a story, and then I'm gonna release the rest in pieces through Wattpad and my newsletter. And the main character's name is Gunnar, and then Chloe, and they basically in this section meet at a bar and like have this instant connection, and then it all just goes away at the end of the night until something happens.
Until something happens.
Yeah. I don't want to give it away, so yeah, until something happens.
That's the hard part about these things, is you don't want to give spoilers.
Right. You got to read it to see what happens.
Well, I pretty much just put the whole story out there. You have to read it because there's a lot of stuff in it, but it's actually
I have it right here.
my first book I ever wrote that didn't have it didn't have a cliffhanger at the end.
Aw, I
Pretty
took that from you. Cliffy. Just stealing stuff.
Or it
Looking
wasn't a horror book though. I got off on that too. I didn't write a horror book either.
Yes, this one wasn't Halloween.
Yeah, it wasn't Halloween.
You both took like a happy pill when you started writing for this.
Maybe that's
Well, see,
what,
I
but
don't
you
write
used
like
to know
her.
happy pills when you told us to write these stories, Stephanie.
I
Slipped it
don't. I
to
don't.
you.
Mine's certainly not happy, I'll tell you that.
I'm like the opposite, you know, in the whole Elizabeth Hayes, Ashlee Taylor spectrum. I'm the opposite of Elizabeth. So when we write together, there's some happy parts and there's not so happy parts. So this is where we go. So you need a not so happy medium and happy medium, I think, to make it all flow well. But if she had her way, our characters would die in a horrible, fiery thing.
Bloody hell.
Those are the classics anyway. Someone dies.
Yes.
That's
Awesome.
when those go into in like down as a classic and into history. So that's what you do. You kill people.
Well, she
You had
wants
to kill people.
the whole cast.
Shakespeare.
Well,
is
nobody's
excellent.
gonna wonder what happened to him.
She wants to finish this. She wants to finish the series. This is the thing. She wants to finish the series, give them all their happy endings, and then that last like novella, murder everybody except for the children.
Off with
She
their
won't touch the
head.
kids.
Well,
She
if
won't
they're
touch
dead,
the
then
kids.
nobody has to wonder what happened to them. They're dead
But then you're wondering, why did they have to die?
because you
And
die.
why did they leave their children?
Unless
It's like
they
they knew.
That's what happens. You die.
And then you write a paranormal.
Write a paranormal where they all came back.
Paranormal.
They're all vampires.
Werewolves, zombies, a little bit of everything.
That's the way to resurrect every dead character on the planet.
Just write a paranormal.
Oh, goodness
I think the next time that we do this,
Then they can die again.
I think the next time we do this, we should all be on the same playing field. Like, give us the same exact characters and just let us write whatever we want with them.
We do a round robin, like one of us start it and then the next person write the next chapter.
I think
Oh, I like that idea.
Yes, we'll have to do that. I tried to think that through for this time around. Like, there is a book that's like that.
Can I be last so I can kill everyone?
And
No, it really sucks to kill everyone in the
You
third
can't
chapter.
kill him.
you can kill them all.
Because I don't want to follow. I don't want to follow that. I don't want to follow that.
Yeah, that's why she wants to be last, so she can kill him.
Right, because it probably has never happened to anybody else on here except for me. I got a message on Facebook that said, if she dies at the end of this book, I'm coming to your house. Literally and figuratively, she meant that she was coming there. I said, look, I have no control over what Lori does. Lori does what she wants. But that was the first time I ever gotten threatened in regards to it. And I have no control over what she does. I will go along with what she says. I don't want them to die, but so I can't follow that. We can't have really good characters and then all of a sudden they're just dead.
Make her write the first chapter.
I like writing the first chapters. That's like my favorite thing
look,
to do.
it's either
I have on my laptop.
The people have a massacre in the beginning and then everything trickles down from there, or they all die at the end. There's no like if, ands, or buts with her. So it's either the big stuff in the beginning or the big stuff at the end.
I do like writing the first chapter.
It'd be interesting for sure.
No, you wouldn't write the first chapter. I'm just saying.
I like writing the first
First chapter is definitely where the premise is, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I like the idea of a round robin. I think we should do that, even if it wasn't for an anthology. If it was just for something,
I'd definitely read it.
If it was just for something that we could. She froze down there.
Oh,
My laptop
If it
completely frozen.
if it's not for an anthology, if it was just something like a learning tool, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe if it's good enough, we can put it out there. But you know, to at least
if it's good enough, it will be good enough.
Yeah.
But you know,
It'll be awesome and fantastic, and people.
If she's
will love
not
it.
going around murdering people,
Just because you murder people doesn't mean that people won't like it. People like things like that.
Just
Okay.
because you kill people doesn't mean it's bad,
yeah.
Some people like it.
right?
Not your fault.
I do.
Almost all of you have read Lily White. You can't tell me y'all don't write those books.
I love.
Oh,
her.
I love them. I just don't want to be a part of that.
I do.
I know you do. You're gonna get killed off by her.
It's gonna be great.
Eventually.
She's really a sweet person in real life.
She is. She's
Yeah.
a wonderful person, and you would never know
Mm-hmm.
that that's what she writes if you just met her in person. You just be like, oh, she's so sweet. She's
Yeah, she is.
deceiving.
She's always.
She's a deceptor.
She has some help in that department.
You.
A time or two, I have been known to suggest some deviousness.
Mhm.
My computer is completely frozen, so it's a good thing I have a backup. And I can't see the chat room though, so Debra, you'll have to tell me if Megan says anything else because I can't see it on my phone.
She says she's gonna read it tonight, and then she says rock paper scissors. I guess to see who goes first.
Right?
I don't know how you rock paper scissors through the internet.
Just start at the beginning and read all the way through the end.
Right.
It'll be like a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I do have to say that we do have 2 paranormal stories in this book, and the author that writes those, she couldn't, well, I don't think she could anyway, because of her job, but she's in a different time zone. She works, she's a teacher, so they have weird hours right now because it's towards the end of school year. She's working like 15-hour days. It's a private school, and so she used to be there. I don't know, maybe it's crazy her hours. So anyhow, she does have a paranormal story in there, and then the other Ashlee has a paranormal story in there as well. So there's some shake up to the lineup.
I love that it has everything. There's something for everyone in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the most, I've been calling it an eclectic anthology because it really does have everything in it. It has Elizabeth's sweet romance, and it has young adult, and it has contemporary, it has paranormal, and it has suspense. So, you know, between all that, it's kind of cool because, I mean, obviously, I love to read all of those things. I read all of that. Some more than others, but you know, some of those categories more than others. But I read all of those, and it's kind of neat that y'all ended up writing all the stuff that I like to read.
Works well for you.
But you won't read us. Well, me, us, and her down us.
Yes, these people.
Me either.
The E's and the two E's and the A. The one A, I won't read. Well, that's what happens when you're friends first, and then you try to read, you know.
Well, you read Always There.
When?
The novella that's in this anthology.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Look.
She forgot.
I forget. Oh, yeah, because you had some editing issues. I
Because
did.
you fixed it.
Forgot.
But she ain't read that.
Obviously, because I forgot already. Geez, please.
I just thought you asked me to write
I would actually prefer that you actually read us, because if we suck, then at least we know that we're getting the honest from you.
Yeah, you would definitely get some honest from me, and that's the reason why I haven't read their stuff, is because